afternoon. This is Nita with the Timepiece Garden. And today we did more turtle work. So, excuse me. What we did is highlights and lowlights on the lower right flipper. And I think he's complete. I don't think I'm going to do anything more with him. Did a lot of work on the upper right flipper and started the upper left flipper. Now the head's done. You know, he's got the head again is got all his highlights and lowlights on him. You know, he's just awesome there, and you can see where yeah, it's all spotty. That one's almost done. There's some highlights and lowlights I still need to do, but again, I do too much and the paint just becomes muddy. And I believe that flipper's done. His highlights and his lowlights are on there. You know, you can see where the bottom portion of this flipper and the bottom portion here is shadowed because it's not pointing towards the sun, and all of this is quite bright because it is up towards the sun. You know, that shadow and or optical illusion is there. It's crazy because even when I drew him, this area has a lot of dots, very similar to the back leg here, lots of dots. This one has almost no dots. I've still got some dots to put in, but I'll do that last. This leg that's done, there's a row kind of right here where the shadow changes, where he has a row of dots. You know, so there's not a lot of dots there, not a lot of dots there. There are there, and there are there. So, you know, everything in balance. But otherwise, I think he's coming out great. You know, every time I get a little more done, it's like, oh, look, it's the turtle. All right, didn't do anything else today. So you and I will talk at each other later. Afternoon. It's Nita and Miss Panda, and we're on our way to the garden to do some harvesting. But you know, I always like to share. And I have one of those wives' tales to talk about the woolly caterpillars here. And it pretty much says that the more black you have, the harder and colder and snowier winter's going to be. And the more black the back end is means it's going to be more severe towards winter. So that's a lot of orange on a woolly bear caterpillar right there. And what's crazy is that's one. And there's two. Let me move the grass off of him. And both of them have a lot of orange, you know. Now supposedly if you get really close and zoom in or whatever, you can count it. There's like 13 bands. And each band stands for a week of winter. You know? Isn't that cool? So, but anyway, according to these two woolly bears, we're not going to be crazy wet or crazy cold or crazy snowy. We'll have to see, won't we? All right, off to the garden. Talk to you in a few. All right, so I'm in garden 2. Coming over here to the manada peppers. I've got several that I need to be picked. But I thought I'd let you see this guy. Yeah, he's just hanging out. Doo-doo-doo. He's a wood beetle. They start out as grubs. There he goes. Cruising right along. But they're the ones that sit here in the wood and create the rot like that in the wood. And he's probably hatched as a grub and is looking for a girlfriend or a boyfriend. You know, doesn't matter that he doesn't bother the plants. There he is again. Doesn't bother the plants. Likes the wood. So he's one of those, he helps break the wood down, and it's just part of that whole hugelkultur system. I got broken wood, you know, refilling stuff, and, you know, beetle poop. All right, see y'all in a few. Well, this is my passion fruit vine, and I went ahead and put the little tripod up, and the part that I could get around that pole has loved it. I mean, it's just taken off. This one has actually touched this pole now, and it's sprouted a whole new vine going, oh look, we got stuff to grow on. So I'm gonna twist it around a little more, let it do what it wants to on the tripod here. And most of that is, again, so next year I can have passion fruit. You know, it's here, it's already in the garden. I don't have to worry about clearing a path to it. And with it being on the tripod like this, then I will remember not to cut it down, you know, or mow it when I trim the rest of the grass back here. So, again, I just thought I'd show you progress. You know? All right, talk to you in a few. Alrighty, garden 3. Yes, I've got some tomatoes to harvest. Winter squash, no, that stem is not ready. Got a couple others to check. That stem is close. Oops, sorry about that, had a bug on me. You can still, he's starting to turn brown, but he's still got a little bit of green. So it doesn't look like I'm picking winter squash today. I got you know, it's a basket gourd. Is that a foot high, tall as a brick? Maybe, I don't know, something like that. That's my biggest one so far. And his stem is, again, not turned brown, and until their stems are like, they're like a squash, until their stems turn, we don't get to pick them. You know, from there I walk around and check them, see how they're doing. You know, see that they're living life large and loving it. You can see it's a birdhouse gourd. Oops, sorry, let me zoom out a little so you can actually see. There you go, birdhouse gourd. There's another one over there laying on its side. One of my basket gourds that's just got all the great coloring on the outside. This is the brother. Again, great coloring. So I'll walk through the inside of the tunnel. One that's sitting on top. I don't know if you can see him over there. There's cucumber melons, ready to harvest. And I still got baby gourds being produced. It's so crazy. But I don't know, you can look, you can see I had a lot of leaf dieback. I don't know if it's just because it's been so hot, or they need some extra water. You know, but I'm gonna have all sizes of gourds. I'm gonna have little ones, I'm gonna have big ones. Just all sizes. Just big old fat round ones. You know? And then I got baby ones. Just hanging out. Insaneness. Alright, having said that, it's time for me to get to harvesting over in this garden. You know, today's just food harvesting. I'll probably come out this weekend and do some more seed harvesting. You know, from there I'll probably also cut the zinnias back. Anything that's just truly spent and gone over. Same thing with the sunflowers, cut them back, anything that's truly spent and gone over. That way I can start prepping areas in here. You know, because that's where the zinnias and the sunflowers are, across the left side there. I can start prepping areas for my winter planting. You know, go ahead and get them, get some amendments, just get amendments in there, get a little bit of soil turn going on. And then also start filling the blocks with soil so there it becomes insulated. Having said that, I'm not going to turn this into a greenhouse, or a hoop tunnel I should say, with plastic until the gourds are done. And it's probably not going to happen until after I'm done with the driveway. But that's the plan. You know, I'll take you along. Don't you love that crook neck right there? Just got some long neck on him. Huh. Alright. Having said that, let me get to harvesting. So I'll talk to you in a few. Yeah, these are my asparaguses. They're so heavy, they're so tall, they're shoulder height. You know, that's my shoulder height. And they're so heavy, they're falling over. But what's so quaint is you look down there, I'm gonna zoom in, there are 2 baby asparagus sprouts. Isn't that awesome? So yeah, they're still producing asparagus for me, just because it's not gotten cold yet. Yeah, awesome. So I'll watch that the next couple of days, maybe. You know, could be as early as tomorrow that they're ready. I'll have to take a look. All right, just thought I'd share.